Hello, welcome to Igmic Farm. This is your host, Ignatius. You can call me Iggy if you so wish. Yes, today I'm going to tell the story of how I started my farming, my goat farming project.
It's a good morning.
So I think I'll narrow it down to goat farming. Yeah, so how I started goat farming. Well, first and foremost, I have to mention to you that throughout my growing up as a kid, I never had an opportunity to rear goats. Yeah, we could rear poultry, because my father loved these birds, chickens a lot, and then we could rear those and sell them off for business and even for fun. So I grew up with that thought of having livestock around me, though it was an urban setting, so it limited what we could have. So after growing up, when I joined the Ministry of Education and Government, I'm a teacher by profession, just to remind you, in case you missed the video where I introduced myself. I moved to Namwala district in Zambia, and this place is known for livestock farming, especially cattle. So what came to my mind first was I should also do cattle farming. If everyone else here does it, I can do it. I looked at the money that was involved with it. I can be buying and selling. For cattle, yeah, I had thought of it as a business, just like that. So, and I started buying little by little, just bit by bit. That is cattle. But then, the story today is about goat farming. So, the cattle business is a story for another day. As for goat farming, I just thought of increasing a number of things on my farm. And because I just fell in love with livestock, I thought I could keep them as pets. So, I got about 2 goats from someone who was selling. I think there was a male and a female. Then they were just too lonely, those two. Then a friend of mine was selling about the whole of his head that comprised of 11 goats. And these 11 goats, there were some females, there were some males, there were some kids as well. So I just bought all of them. I didn't look at the numbers, the sex, the breed. I didn't look at all those things there. Remember, for me it was just going to be for fun. So I got those animals and they were on my farm. And that's very small. And those were okay. And then, yeah, but the breed wasn't really impressive when you look at them. It was typical local. But then I didn't see that less impressiveness because I just loved the animals. So there we were. With time, I lost some, of course, to poor management, to undedicated service. I also lost some because of the guy I had put on the farm. But although I kept on buying some more, I kept on buying, then I would lose, I'd buy, just like that. By the way, I don't take goat meat personally. Yeah, so I never thought of eating them, but just something for fun. But of course, I would offer them to the family. Those who wanted to eat at some point, they would eat, since I had plenty of males. And sometimes I use them to trade with a friend of mine who used to mostly do a few things for me. I would give him payments, goats as payments for the service that you do. So then that, of course, it went on just like that with the goats. No sort of business. Then eventually I got another piece of land somewhere. It was close to the main road, and then I think if I could see how people were taking some of these animals to different selling places. If I could be buying and selling, it would be a good idea. So I told my guy to be going flat out to buy, whether male or female. I didn't consider which sex, but just buying. So for the males, if they're big enough or they're small, I had plans to wait for them to grow, then I sell them off for meat like that. So just buying and then putting them there. So as time went by, I thought of maybe if I can have this. When they're kidding, I think they impressed me so much, the kidding part. So I think the best would have been, I just have a lot of females, just forget about the males for now. When I have enough females, they'll generate enough males for me to sell. So yeah, that was the thought that came to my mind. Business, bit by bit, started coming into my mind. Then, well, that's how I exchanged some males for the females. So those who were taking the goats for sale these marketplaces, they would come, I'll give them a male, they'll give me females. So that's how I started keeping those. Then eventually I learned a little bit of something through people, interactions, that actually there is market out there of people who really want goats for breeding. I said, oh, okay. So if I can add value to the goats, and the value addition that came to my mind was actually getting an improved back. So I got a Boer cross, put it to run with the goats, and those that were serviced by it, I would sell them at a slightly higher price than I was buying them, or than the common local market, and that brought a little bit of some income for me. I'll even buy some cattle from the same resources. That went on very well. But then it's like my head was not increasing most of the times. I had some management challenges in a number of times where I remember losing the first Boer back cross that I'd bought to some disease. I don't know exactly what, but then I realized that it was management issues. So we rarely dipped, we rarely medicated them. We didn't just keep them being there because the village way. So we thought a goat doesn't need medicine, doesn't need anything, just needs a short that it can sleep. In the morning, let it go, it goes, scavengers, comes back just like that. So that's a thought that was running through, and that's how we try to keep those goats. But then I was losing some through the carelessness of my caretaker, and also to the disease as well. So others just go missing, and I think that wasn't very impressive. So I thought of selling a good portion of them. I left a few. So there's a time when I was left with about 12 females. They were still a bit young, but there were 12 females that I was left with. Then I remember buying another Boer back, a very good percentage this time around. In fact, I'd bought 2. So the other one, someone saw them on my WhatsApp profile. Both of them said, can you sell these to me? I said, well, I think so. So they said, okay, how much can you offer me? So he offered a good price, and then I said, fine, then you can get it. So he got one which looked very impressive. He got it. It's quite distant from mine. They kept it running there. It was still very young. And the other one was around. Unfortunately, I had that cross. The other crosses that I had bigger backs. So the other small one which I'd bought, those improved ones, I'd given it to a friend to keep. There were actually 2. A friend to keep because I wanted them to be raised away from maybe care, because I wasn't staying at the farm myself. So those were that side. Unfortunately, the younger one, which I liked the most, died that side. Got infected with some disease and died. Then I remained with one that side that was kept. Then I had these others here. This one was sold off. The other nice one was sold off. And then that's why we kept on running with those 12. And then I thought of moving to the farm so that I can improve on the little business that I was doing, and also just do a number of things also on my little farm, because the farm isn't very far away from my place of work. So yeah, I moved. After moving there, 12 female goats, 1 male back. So I sold that one off because it wasn't a very good quality. Got the one I'd given to a friend to keep for me, brought it in. After bringing it in, just a few days, I think, of bringing it in, it got stolen together with another female. So I remained with 11 females. That was bad. So those 11 females that I remained with, I bought another one. They went back to 12. No, I bought another back, not a female, sorry. I bought another back, improved back, with my 11 that were there. So kept it running with them. I think just stayed for about a month. Again, it was also stolen in the same fashion with 2 other females this time around. So I remained with 9. I think that wasn't good at all. I remained with 9. Those were stolen, and I got really pissed off. I thought of just stopping the whole business thing, the whole goat business thing. So I remember after 2 days, I called a friend of mine that we used to share notes with. I said, my friend, I think I'm selling off all my goats. What are you talking about? I'm selling off all my goats. But why? I said, well, they've broken into my goat pen again and stolen my new Boer back and 2 other females. The other one actually had even left a kid. Is that so? I said, that's the thing, man. I said, no, that is really sad. He talked, comforted me, and they said, okay, fine. They said, wait a minute. Do you have pictures of that bag that has been stolen? Yes. So send them to me. So I sent him the pictures, and then he identified it. In his area where he was staying, that's where that guy was selling it from. That's how that was recovered and then brought back. But by then I'd made up my mind to sell off the goats. So all those local goats, I'd sold them off. I remained with one that was bought locally. This guy said, don't keep it for me, I'll get it later. So I sold, there were 9. So 1 remained, the 8 went. So a kid and 1 remained. Then when that one was recovered, I brought it back. I realized, I think I should do something with this as well. I said, no, let me not give up. Let me just intensify on security. Something just told me that, no, just work on your security. And that's how now I train my dogs to be a little bit more vicious. So I upped my game in that line. The dogs began to terrorize people by the roadside. They realized now people are now scared of my area. From there, I bought 15 female crosses from another farmer somewhere. They were just winners, small winners. I bought them, brought them to the farm. But then they're very far away from being serviced. So I looked at them. You know, the beauty of kidding would not touch me that soon. But then there I was, said, no, I'll start with these. I'll add 5 more so I can be 20 in all. With that back, well, I think I'm good to go. So with time, another farmer just gave me a call where I bought the boar back. He said, I want to get rid of my goats. Do you have the money to buy it? I said, okay, tell me how much, and just come, we talk. So when there we talked. So he charged me some amount. Then I thought, okay, fine. Give me about a day or 2, or just a little bit of time. Then I'll come out, but I'll get them. I won't leave them. I'll get all of them. That's how I went back to the farm, looked at my cattle that I had, and chose my bull. But my bull was going to give me a good amount of money. So sold off my bull, got the money, gave that man, added a top something. I got the boar goats from that man and brought them to the farm. So with the boar goats, that's how I started. And this time around, I looked at how I used to buy the male goats from him and realized that I could also sell in the same way. So that's how my journey for goat farming began. I bought my goats at a wholesale price. They are not in good health, some of them, and some of them were very little, they're just kids. I remember losing about 3 of them. It was just beginning. Now these goats need a lot of care. But then I also made YouTube my very good friend. I learned a lot from a lot of YouTubers who are dealing in goat farming. It was quite inspirational. And from that, I still feel that I can go right up ahead there and do 1 or 2 things and improve. So that is the story of how Igmic Farm Goat Project started. Now remember, if you're new here, please subscribe for more content so that we can grow together and improve whatever we've started. Now, goat farming is really, really important. Aside selling off just there, and then after I got those goats from him, it was a wholesale price. So there were males in there and also females and kids. So I started selling off the males. I sold a few of them, just bring back the money that I'd already spent on those. And then about 5 months down the line, the kidding started, and now I'm impressed. Whatever I post here, guys, is from my farm, and it's quite impressive. It's very, very nice. So that's how I started the business, and now I hope to improve and improve. So I just have to buy other bags, keep on improving the quality that I have. Otherwise, this is Igmic Farm Goat Project story. It keeps growing and getting better, and this is December. We're enjoying even more. Thank you very much for staying tuned, and thank you for listening and watching. May you subscribe again. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.